Let the debate rage on. Can Battlefield 3 be Battlefield without vehicles? But what's going on, guys, in the works? And that is the question I'm posing to you today. And I'm going to be using nothing but vehicles in this game. It's going to be a variety of things. I think most of the kills come in the BTR-90, which the reason why I'm riding around in this DPV Jeep and the BTR-90 is similar to the topic we talked about last video, which was the assignments and are they absolutely ridiculous. And I finally unlocked the MK3A1 after a long time of grinding, and I got my last BTR kills. I finally was like, okay, I'm going to force myself to play Oman until I get these stupid kills, and I was lucky enough to finally unlock it. But in the last video, I talked a little bit about the Close Quarters DLC. Obviously, the trailer is out. Obviously, they've released all the weapons at this point, which if you haven't seen, there's plenty of links around the internets with that in it. But a lot of people were talking about how they feel like DICE and an EA are selling out on the Battlefield fan base, how they are going to try to capture the people that are displeased with Modern Warfare 3 by adding in faster paced gameplay and kind of losing what Battlefield 3 and Battlefield the series has always been about, which is vehicle gameplay. Because Bad Company 2, in my opinion, was more focused on the infantry aspect. I mean, that's what kind of made Bad Company 2 unique among the Battlefield series. And the weird thing about that is it was immensely popular. People love Bad Company, and it was just really popular. And being so infantry based, I wonder if EA and DICE realized that and they're trying to shift it towards that. Because if you notice in Battlefield 3, they didn't do, they stuck with the 4-man squads instead of the squad system they had in Battlefield 2. You know, they got rid of Commander. It's a lot more infantry based. I mean, granted Battlefield 3 is definitely more vehicle based than Bad Company 2, but for the most part, I feel like DICE is trying to shift towards a less reliance on vehicles, which might upset a lot of people. And that's why I'm posing this question to you guys. Can Battlefield 3, can it actually be a Battlefield game without having vehicles and being such a central aspect? Obviously, it's always going to have vehicles, but this new expansion is going to bring something that we're not really used to, which is levels that just have no vehicles. 16-person servers, I mean, it's going to be a completely different look from what we're used to. So a lot of people are complaining because they think that it's basically selling out, that, you know, they're trying to cater to these Call of Duty fans without actually catering towards their own fans. And obviously they're going to be releasing a second expansion that focuses 100% on hardcore Battlefield 3 fans that love giant maps. So we already know that much, but I don't know. Will people still be around at that point? I mean, obviously I will. I'm just asking you guys this as more of a rhetorical question. What your guys' thoughts are on this, because it seemed like a lot of people were split in the last couple of videos on, you know, if they like the Close Quarters DLC. And I've been watching videos from a lot of different people who play Battlefield, and it seems like a lot of the more hardcore Battlefield fans are not really feeling this Close Quarters combat stuff. They feel like it's kind of a betrayal to the series, because you don't buy a Battlefield game with the expectations of, hey, it's going to be, you know, fast-paced infantry gameplay. You buy it in hopes of getting gameplay that's like, you know, team-oriented, vehicles, huge maps, lots of flanking routes, and I understand why people feel a little bit betrayed. I'm personally a little bit more optimistic than your average person. I feel like Battlefield 3 can be successful on both fronts. You can have fast-paced gameplay, and you can have maps that play a little bit more slow-paced. That way, if people don't like that type of thing, they don't have to buy that DLC. Obviously, they don't have to buy that expansion, or they just don't even have to play those maps once they you know, get a little taste of it. Because I don't play a lot of maps just because I don't like it. Like, I don't play Karg Island a lot because I'm not a fan of Karg Island. I think that it plays really poorly, so I just don't play it. I found that that's a lot easier to do that than to sit there and complain about the game, you know, complain about the problems with the game, and just be an overall whiner. So let me know your guys' thoughts. Are you into this Close Quarters stuff? Can it be Battlefield without technically having vehicles? Because obviously these close combat maps are going to be infantry 100%. I don't see any way they could kind of integrate vehicles in any of these maps. the only map, and if it's going to be TDM never has vehicles in the first place. Now, Squad TDM does sometimes have vehicles. You know, it has those. It sometimes either has a BTR-90 or whatever it's called, or an LAV. So those do have the options for. Oh man, that guy pwned me right there. Probably should have aimed on sides, but those maps do have the options to do some vehicle gameplay in TDM. But I think for the most part, we're going to be seeing a new side of Battlefield 3. They're going to be focusing more on the gunplay. As you see me hop into this little buggy right here and do some work on the 50 cal machine gun. At least I think that's a 50 cal machine gun. But yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are, because it seems like there's a lot of mixed reactions, and I kind of wanted to gauge your guys' interest on the matter, because in the last video I kind of left off talking a little bit about what I felt like was going to be the problems in this close quarters DLC, and I never really got to kind of expand on that and kind of ask you guys this question, because we were mostly focused on the new weapons and stuff like that. But a lot of interesting thoughts out there. Like, I value you guys' opinions, and I think that this DLC can be decent. I think that it can cater to both fan bases to a certain extent. I think a lot of people are worried that it's just going to become too chaotic to the point where it's just another Call of Duty, carbon copy. So we'll see. A lot is yet to be revealed about that, so time will tell in that situation. But let me know, as that jet gets destroyed by our tank, can Battlefield 3 be Battlefield without vehicles? I'm going to guess that the majority of you guys are going to say no, but I have a feeling, a sneaking suspicion, that a handful of you guys think that it can survive beyond vehicles. But I'll see you guys next time. Peace.